In this video, I'd like to show you how to install an RF chip in your CED7000 timer. RF chips are used to communicate with the accessories available from CED, the big board and the timekeeper. Those work only if you have an RF chip in the timer. You can purchase your timer already pre-installed with an RF, or you can purchase the RF chip separately and install it. If you choose to do that yourself, here's the process for installing that chip. First thing you'll need to do is remove the two screws from the back of the timer. These screws are there holding the assembly in place, holding the timer together. Both of those screws need to be removed. Just tap them out. Make sure you don't lose them. Now you need to pry the back cover away from the front, but they're held together with clips. It's a little difficult to get in there and grab it. What I always like to do is use the flat edge of a knife just to get that in between those two edges and give it a small twist to unlock the one side and then the opposite side. Now it's important that when you unlock it, you don't allow the lid to come up at an angle away from the base, because there are two sets of prongs which are attaching components assembled on the front and the back, and you don't want to bend those prongs. So you simply unlock it on both ends and then lift the back of the timer straight up and away from the front, and you'll have both pieces set apart. Now on the front part of the timer, you'll see this connector over here with the 4 contact points. This is where the RF chip needs to be seated and assembled in place. Your RF chip has a rubber pad which has a white sticker on it. You'll remove that white sticker so that the chip assembly can be glued into place. Turn it with the sticker side down, and then holding it at a slight angle, slide the connectors into place. Make sure you align all 4 of those prongs. Once it's in place, hold it square and straight, and then gently push it down so that that sticker, that pad, locks into place and holds it firmly. Now in this position, the RF chip is now assembled. You're going to then assemble back the timer. These 2 sets of prongs need to align correctly with the connectors which are on the back of the timer. It's important that you pay attention to those. When assembling, align those prongs up correctly, make sure that they're in position, and then gently push the timer back together so that all the lockup points click into position. Then finally, using the 2 screws, you can tighten that back up. And your RF is now installed. Once the RF chip is assembled in place, you can confirm that it is in fact there and functioning by going to the menu, navigating down in the menu. You will now be able to enter the RFID, which before the chip was installed, this was not accessible as a menu option. And then you enter into the RFID, you can now set the 4 digits of the RFID and pair those same digits with your external device to communicate with it by RF. So that is how you install an RF chip in the CED7000 timer.